what's up? It's LactateLactate, bringing you my second Call of Duty video. I know, get me, posting regular content. You know, I never thought I'd get to this stage, but it's starting to happen, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. Response to the first video was alright, which makes me happy because it's something I put a lot of work into and I actually found really, really difficult. You know, I've been watching Call of Duty videos on YouTube for a long time and always gone, yeah, I could do that, yeah, I could do that. And yeah, it's actually really tough. And that was only me talking basically about myself for 3.5 minutes and I struggled. So hopefully this one's going to be alright, but don't have high hopes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't have high hopes. Anyway, I thought I'd bring you a quick two-part video because, as I said, I wasn't really quite sure what to do. You know, obviously the first video was, yeah, just obviously an introduction. But and then what do I do for my second video? And then this sort of happened. I had a really nice kill streak on sub-base. I was running 5.6.8, defender to missile, precision airstrike, and emergency airdrop, which I know is a bit weird, it's a bit funky, but I think it's quite fun. And generally, if you get to your pred, you know you're going to get to your emergency airdrop. And if you have better luck than I do with those things, you're probably on for a good game. Here, actually, I do, I can't really go about bad luck because I do get quite a nice precision airstrike. That's probably the main reason why I decided just to post this quick little clip. And yeah, that's how I roll. Anyway, so now the second part of this video. Right, now these were lovely group of gentlemen, fine young fellows I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to encounter today in the very next match. They were using great classes, sleight of hand, one-man army, danger close, noob tubers, and it's almost like they were going, look, we're not quite cheap enough, we're going to throw in last stand. And I think each and every one of them had last stand, which just made things a little bit more interesting. Now this game, it's all right. It's not the greatest gameplay, but it's not terrible. But it's pretty mediocre. But it's not really about the gameplay. It's not really about the score. It's more just about these guys that I met today. They were literally my favourite team ever to play against. I think we've all been there where you just have teams where it's like, I can't believe it's like every single one of them is doing it. And you see, I'm going to some rush like to take on Karachi, and straight away, yeah, I know I'm in trouble. I'm like, alright, see you later, mate. I'm not getting into that fight. So basically, what I was actually doing, I'm in the process of making a new mini-series, classes that make you lactate, and basically I'm going to go over classes that I like to use, and classes that I think, they're not the most entertaining classes. I'm not going to be running around marathon lightweight, akimbo, magnum, sit rep or whatever. But they're classes that I enjoy using and conducive to doing well. So that's basically what I was trying to do with the Scar, and hopefully that video will be coming up fairly shortly. So I was doing that, and I encountered these guys who just loved noob tube. They just couldn't get enough of it. Noob tubing is something that I feel has sort of made a bit of a resurgence lately. And I was particularly surprised to find it on a team deathmatch because generally, ground war you sort of know what you're getting into, and domination people just love to noob tube onto flags. But team deathmatch, you can tend to get away from it. I'd say that and free for all are probably your best shots, along with search. Some people still love to noob tube on search, and I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I tell you, at the time, I was not a happy bunny, not at all. Anyway. But generally, team deathmatch tends to be the one where you can sort of avoid the noob tubers. But these guys decided that, hey, we're going to bring it to team deathmatch as well. I think the thing that particularly annoyed me about these guys, and one of the reasons why I felt compelled to post this game, I said even though I don't do that amazing, was the fact that they sucked. These guys could not use their guns. Anytime I got into any sort of fair one-on-one gunfight where they actually had to fire, they were just in last stand and then spamming their right trigger before you knew it. They really couldn't play. And I think that really sort of annoyed me because, their scores that they got, they weren't great. So we managed to beat them and we managed to overcome them, which, made me really happy. But they're just, if literally without their noob tubes, we're looking at sort of, 1 in 16 sort of games, I swear. They're those sort of players. My feelings on noob tubers generally, I just don't really get it. I really, obviously I understand that it's easy and, it's a good way to get, a big game without really having any skill. You just shoot in the general direction of someone. But I don't understand why they're bringing it back into Modern Warfare 3. Who's going, yeah, noob tubers, yeah, I want it, yeah. The kind of people that want noob tubers in Modern Warfare 3 and that there'll be an outcry if noob tubers aren't in that game are the kind of people that I personally don't really want to be playing against. The kind of people that, to be honest, if they're not playing Modern Warfare 3, no, it's alright. No one's coming out and saying, yeah, give me a grenade launcher, I need that in my life. Anyway, I don't want to rant. I really don't. Sometimes you can't help it, can you? It's quite nice to let off some steam. Generally, my tactics for you know, avoiding noob tubers. If they're on my team, I tend to sort of let it go. You know what I mean. I've got a friend Alex drizzle me down who might be making some appearances, and yeah, that's a double kill with a flash. Yeah, that's how I roll. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, my friend Alex, he likes to, you know, chase them around on his team, give away their position. I've actually seen the guy leave games because he's that disgusted with his team. And while I definitely sort of get that, I don't quite go to that level. However, I'm playing against them. A few simple things I like to try and do to sort of avoid them. Stay away from walls and surfaces because they bloody love to shoot at those things. Stay away from areas where you've got ground, so always make sure you've got some sort of cover, waist or shoulder height, and that makes it much harder for them to shoot at you. Even though sometimes, you know, we've all been there, you take cover and they just go, you know what, I'm just going to shoot around the cover, and yeah, they get you anyway, which is lovely. Another thing I'd actually recommend is blast shield. It's probably one of the most rarely used equipments, but in ground war it's almost like a must-have these days. I definitely sometimes feel that sacrificing my Semtex, which, you know, is going to get me a kill, hopefully, sacrificing that is almost worth it, because anytime you go down a line where you know they're going to be shooting the noob tubes, they're going to be going for it, it's good just to flick that on, sort of take the hit as it were, and then, you know, have a chance to shoot them down, and it's very, very satisfying. Very satisfying to take a grenade, launch a hit, and then just gun the guy down. As you see, I managed to get to my emergency airdrop. I skipped forward a little bit because you know how it is in TDM, sometimes I just couldn't find them, just running about chasing the radar, and I just couldn't run into them. But I still managed to get my emergency airdrop, even though my precision airstrike wasn't quite as successful as it was in the previous clip. And as you see, just typical me, just, you know, get 2 sentry guns and 2 UAVs, one of which went over the wall, which was really pleasant. And as you can see, every single time it was any sort of one-on-one gunfight, these guys they really, really sucked. So I see that they're on the radar over here, so I decided to go and place my sentry gun, because, you know, I might as well. And yeah, look what happens here. Yeah, that's right, that's right. That's really nice play, mate, really nice play. As I said, I'm not going to rant, and as you see, they had an emergency airdrop too, probably through noob tubing. And they got some sentry guns as well. I think the sentry guns actually did catch me out towards the end. But I mean, there's another example. How am I not dead? Like, just get better at the game. Stop using your grenade launcher and learn to use your gun. Anyway, so basically, as the video's sort of winding down a little bit now, I just want to give a quick shout out to the mini-series I'm going to be putting up. It's going to be classes to make you lactate. I'm going to go over some of the classes that I like to use, because, as I said, I feel like a creed of mine is you are what class you use. As you see, forget about the sentry gun. You are what class you use, and yeah, so it kind of gives you an insight into, you know, what classes are going to help you do well, and also what sort of player I am. So you are what class you use, and yeah, so I don't really need to tell you what these guys are, do I? I think you all know that for yourself. Anyway, also another thing I'd like to give a quick shout out to my mates, also My45, Toast the Ghost, Simon, and Dave, who's the Obsidian Miner. They're both putting out content on their channel now, which is really good. Dave will be posting gameplay, not for about another couple of weeks, but I definitely recommend checking out his channel. His intro video is just him chatting away, and it's hilarious, to be honest. Maybe that's because I know the guy, maybe not, but I enjoyed it. So please check that out. They're in my sub box on my channel. That's about it, really. I just wrapped up the gameplay. As I said, 23 and 5, not the best score or anything like that, but I just felt like, you know, shaming these guys a little bit, and just showing the kind of people that are still out there playing, and this is how they like to get their kicks. Anyway, so see you later. Bye. Oh, very quickly, I'd like to point out, yeah, I left that lobby. I definitely left that well alone. Cheers. Laters.